Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome in general. My name is Alex. In today's video we're taking it back to basics on makeup, right? I wanted to make a basic series forever and today I am finally starting it and I'm proud of myself, so let's go. Basically, I know how to do makeup, right? I've been doing it since I was 12 or 13 for fun. I loved it. I've always loved it. It's been something I've always been attracted to, and it's a passion of mine, and I of course wanted to share it with the internet. And well, I am so happy with what I've done here on my channel. I am proud of it. I'm putting the work, I am putting my effort in, and it's showing, and I'm really happy. And if you're new here, thank you so much for supporting me, and I hope you can find some helpful tips or tricks. And you know, you might already know what primer's for, but I'm hoping that even if you do, you can figure out something new either way from this video. I'm sure a lot of you do know what you're doing, so it's just a back to basics for those people who really don't and want to know more. So let's just get right into it. So what is primer? What is it? What do I use primer for? Can I just put makeup on? Like, come on. Well, a primer obviously comes in different formulas, and it is used to make a smooth base, helping keep makeup in place all day, right? That's what we want our primers for. That's what it's basically used for. It's used to make a blank canvas ready for makeup application. But before you can even put primer on, I totally recommend skin prep. I know skin prep can be your primer actually, and if you don't want to invest into primers, don't really think you need primers, you have really normal skin, makeup looks good either way, lasts long either way, then I don't really think you need a primer, and I just think you need a really nice skincare routine to begin your makeup, you know? But what if you have oily skin or really dry skin like me? A primer is really gonna help your skin and your makeup kind of adhere better. A lot of primers actually help makeup kind of soak into your skin to make it look more skin-like and just better overall. So different primer formulas include putty, a lotion, a serum primer, a gel primer. I got all of those here for you. So gel primers, I have these jelly primers. This is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Hydrating Primer, and it is also a gripping primer, so it's like a hydrating and a gripping primer in one. And then I have the e.l.f. Mint Melt Primer and the e.l.f. Jelly Pop Primer. These are basically the same exact thing, different scents. I love both of these, but also e.l.f.'s Power Grip Primer is also a gel primer, so I want to try that one. Some serum primers. I don't have any serum primers, but I know Wet n Wild has a few serum primers. They actually came out with some new ones, so I actually want to try those. So next we have a lotion primer, which are the most common. These are like hydrating primers, you know, the good stuff. This is stuff I need because I have severely dry skin. Sometimes my makeup likes to grip on dry patches, and that's not the best thing for my makeup, right? So I want something that's gonna moisturize and hydrate my skin. Something like really lotiony is gonna help that. Something like the Too Faced Hangover Primer, something like this. This is the Laura Geller Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer. I got this in a BoxyCharm and I actually really been enjoying it. So, and the last primer we have is like putty primers, right? Which is all the rave right now. All of the rave. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is the one from the Cookies and Dreams collection. It smells like Oreo cookies. I actually have a video on that collection, so if you want to check that out. Poreless Putty Primer is meant to smooth over your pores and make them look non-existent. It's like meant to like fill your pores so like they don't look as visible, which I love. And I love the Poreless Original Putty Primer, and I'm almost done with it, so I've been using this one. And I actually love the scent of this one. So what is primer mainly used for? Like, what do we use it for? What is its purpose? Well, it's used for smoother makeup application, more long-lasting makeup, like it blurs your impurities, you know. Primer is used for easier makeup application, right, and a more long-lasting result. When do you apply the primer? When is it in the steps of your makeup that you apply your primer? After your skin prep, after your sunscreen preferably. Let it sit in your skin before you apply your primer, like maybe 5 minutes, maybe a little more, depending on how long it takes products to soak into your skin. Well, how do I find out what primer I need to use to keep my skin and makeup looking good all day? Well, that depends on your skin type. How do I find my skin type? I'm not a skincare expert, but it's fairly simple in my opinion. You either got dry, oily, combination, or normal skin. Maybe your skin doesn't have any issues, and if that's your case, you're blessed, right? You can use any primer basically, except don't dry your skin out with mattifying primers, right? We don't want that. You got oily skin, maybe a mattifying primer would work better for you. You have large pores, maybe a pore filling primer would work better for you. You have severely dry skin, maybe this one would work better for you. A lotiony primer, doesn't have to be this one, it can be any lotiony primer. Maybe you have a lot going on your skin, right? And you want like a tinted primer. That exists also. There's a primer for literally anything. There's tons of different primers. You will find one that you like, I promise you. We have hydrating primers, we have mattifying primers, we have pore filling primers, we have illuminating primers, we have sensitive skin primers, we have primers with SPF, we have color correcting primers, we have gripping primers, tinted primers, blurring primers. Like, there are so many. You can find one that will work for your skin. I know Milani has a whole primer like section. There's like tons. They have like mattifying, hydrating, SPF. They have tons. I know Hard Candy actually has more primers. They don't only have this one. There's like a whole line of primers as well. I'm sure you can find a primer that works for you. I also recommend trying the e.l.f. Power Grip, Mint Melt, or the Jelly Pop. I think they're all good. I think those are good. The Poreless Putty Primer is amazing. I feel like you can always find a primer that will work best for your skin. Let's say you have multiple issues. You have different types of skin. Maybe your cheeks are dry, your forehead is oily, your chin gets oily, you know, your neck is dry, no makeup grips no makeup grips here because of your mask, like you want your makeup to last, you know. Primer concoctions, right? I did a 3 primer concoction on my face. I put a pore filling primer here, and then a lotion primer, and then a gripping primer to grip on my makeup. I didn't see any issues. All the primers had water-based formulas, which is also important, but we will get into that. They had the same formula and worked well with each other. So next we want to get into ingredients, formulas. You cannot miss this step in primer because it can ruin your whole makeup. I know we don't like we don't like to read the ingredients list. Who likes to do that? No one. But you really only need to read the first ingredient, right? Water. Water. These are water-based formulas, so they would work well together. This one has no ingredients, but I also paired all of these together. It's important that your primer matches the first ingredient to your foundation, right? Because if the first ingredient on your foundation is oil, water and oil will never mix. Your foundation is gonna come off and you're gonna be like, I just put this on, what is happening? And you're gonna be like, this foundation sucks, right? This foundation sucks. It's not working. I've used this primer before, or other way around. Make sure that you are using the correct ingredients. They have to match. They have to be friends, because if they're not friends, they're not gonna mix well. Lastly, I want to talk about how you can apply your primer, what tools you can use to apply your primer. So I feel like this is pretty self-explanatory. I always use my fingers. Clean fingers. Wash your hands before any makeup application. Make sure your hands are clean. If you're not into using your hands or dipping your hands into pots or whatever, use a brush. I don't have a brush for that specifically, but it would be like a foundation brush, like a flat cat paw foundation brush. That would work. A buffing brush would work for the PUTTY primer. I know they have an applicator for this that you can use. So you can use a brush and you can use your fingers. I recommend using your fingers because it really works the primer in. Another tip I recommend for when you put on your primer is to let it sit into your skin for at least a minute. You don't want to put your foundation on top of a wet primer because that can also cause separation on your foundation. So you want to make sure that you let your primer just soak into your skin for a little and then go in with foundation. Overall, I do not think primer is a necessary step in your routine. However, if you are having issues with your makeup, maybe it's not lasting as long, maybe you're having separation, maybe it's just slipping off your face, I recommend trying one of these primers that I recommended in this video, and maybe just try primers out for yourself and see what you find. I know I'm into trying a lot of different primers and seeing which ones work. My favorite primer is the Poreless Putty primer because I feel like it's very versatile and it's a very quick and easy step. Slather it on and my foundation always looks good on top of it. So that's the one I would choose if you're looking for a primer. Even if you feel like you don't need a primer, I know this is going to help you. Even if you say you don't have pores. I know you have pores and you want to cover them. So I really enjoy the Putty primer. I will try to link things down below for you, but if I can't find them, there won't be any links. I'm so sorry. But that is it for me today. I hope you guys found this helpful because I'm sure I figured out some new tips for primers researching all this. So we love learning new things, and I think that it's important to continue to learn. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, I hope you subscribe to my channel and like this video for more content from me. I make content every week, or at least I try. But with that being said, that is it from me today, and I will see you in my next video. I'm glittery as fuck. I have this awful tan line. I know, please ignore her. I've already had mine for a while. I'm talking about them, but I haven't tried them. Non-existent. Primer is used for smoother primers. Primer. I always do this to myself. I'm like, why don't I keep dragging it on? Dude, oh my god. Wow, my foundation don't even match. My neck don't match my chest.